Next up, we're going to look at a tall drink of water. Contestant 27, Pat Branch.
My name is Pat Branch, and I live in Kimberly, Idaho, and we've been up here 17 years. I have a good time in what I'm doing. I can't sing or I can't dance, but sometimes I even laugh at my own jokes. Sometimes I have so much fun being me. I wish I was twins just to share it with everybody. I like telling jokes. I like making people laugh, and I hope not to embarrass myself or anybody else, especially my dog. Okay, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the stuff I got to say.
Scared you, didn't I? Well, it's great to be back here in Twin Falls. I was here last year, and I drove in this afternoon all the way from Kimberly and stopped at D&B on the way over here because I had to get my dog some food. And my dog's name is Elmo. He's 150 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal and 50 pounds of fluff. But then we got another dog named Razzie, but I cut this article out of the Washington Post, and this article says how to bond with your dog. It says, make a mealtime special, bond with your dog. Well, Elmo growls when I eat out of his little Scooby-Doo dish. And then that dog food is kind of hard and it's dry, and so you need a lot of moisture with it, and so I see why Elmo drinks out of the toilet. But I tell you what, this old blue toilet water can be pretty addicting. It ain't that bad, you know. It's not sold in any stores because we tried. But it works great on toilets. And then the other thing that I'm just kind of leery about anymore, I'm not drinking out the toilet anymore, because that lid fell down, snapped me on the back of the neck, almost killed myself. Elmo thought it was funny. He wanted to give me a swirly. And then this article goes on to tell, and it said, brush your dog's teeth. Well, I brought him one of them little Snoopy toothbrushes because I got tired of him using mine, you know, that dog hair in your teeth. But his breath stinks so bad that I'll tell you how bad it is. His breath stinks so bad that the other dogs went up and smelled his mouth first. And then this article goes on to say, it says, go for a ride with your dog. Well, I hate the way Elmo drives. He tried to run over a cat yesterday on the sidewalk being held by a 90-year-old lady. And then the other one, it says, well, go for a walk with your dog. Well, I see these people out there walking their little foo-foo dogs, and they're carrying a little pooper scooper with them in a plastic glove. When we take Elmo for a walk, we got to use a front end loader and a dump truck. Then this article goes on to tell, groom your dog. Well, last year we had Elmo groomed and we shaved him, and I found my car keys, TV remote, neighbor's cat, and 2 dead squirrels. Then this article says, talk to your dog. It says, make him sit, walk away, and call him. Hey, the phone rings at the other end, too. He always uses up my minutes. He can get his own phone. I'm not calling him anymore. And then we got this other dog, Razzie, or Rasmus, and I taught him to talk. And so I got home the other day, and I said, Rasmus, how was your day? And he said, rough. I said, Rasmus, I said, where's your Frisbee? And he looked up and he said, roof. I said, Rasmus, I said, you know, man, you had a hard day. I said, it was a rough day. Your Frisbee's up on the roof. I said, I'm going to fix you dinner. What would you like to eat? He went, steak, baked potato, and a big glass of iced tea. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Pat Branch, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent.
You want a sip?
You know, you can't bribe the judges. I'm sorry. But thank you. Or the MC either. So, okay, go ahead, judges.
Pat, that was really clever and funny. I loved how you interacted with the audience, and your comedic timing was great. There's a couple times where you'd say something and you'd pause, and then everyone would get it and laugh. So thanks for waiting for us to catch up with you. It was great.
I love you, Laura. You're my favorite judge.
Hey, I like your beard.
I thought you said I was your favorite. You told me that. Remember, you even let me borrow your hat?
I'm not into that.
I think you were awesome, bro. I really liked the comedy you got coming out there. It was really good. You got definitely a commanding voice, so it comes out really nicely. Like I said, your timing was really good. Just like she said, I mean, every time, you'd stop and you'd pause, you let people laugh, and then you come back with another joke. I love that. I love comedians. I love laughing, man. So good job.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Pat Branch, give him a big round of applause. Yay. Good job. Excellent.